Good morning, afternoon, or evening, classmates, since I don't know when you guys will be watching this. I hope you all are doing well and staying safe within your house and or community, and you enjoy your early kind of summer break. Now, let's get to the presentation. Hi there, guys. I have a question for all of you. How many of you think that college should be free? Most of you? Well, I'm so happy that most of you are maybe saying in your house right now, college should definitely be free. Because guess what? I don't agree with you at all. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? Before you rip off my head, let me give you some questions to think about during the presentation. If college was free, how would the school pay for events, special guests, sponsoring brands, bills, professors, technicians, the gardeners, and just so much more. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. You're insane. You're crazy. Why don't you want college to be free? I maybe don't want college to be free, but I do think college should be affordable. I think they should at least get it to a price and where if you wanted to go to school, they should be able to look up and see maybe how much you make and go off of that instead of immediately being like, nope, you get all this debt and boom. So I feel like it should at least be affordable, but I don't still think that it should be free. And this is going to be my first point into why. Because some of you are also maybe not realizing what exactly our tuition is used for. I have made this pie chart. Sorry for the glare of my window. I have made this pie chart which breaks down what our tuition is used for when it comes to college expenses. And I will be telling you the exact percentages and which ones they go towards. For example, 28% goes towards instructions. That means teachers, that means the programs that go on within the classrooms, and etc. 13% goes towards research. You should all know what research is. 11% goes towards hospital services, 9% goes toward auxiliary enterprises, 8% institutional support, 7% academic support, and 5% public services, 4% for operations, maintenance, and student services, 3 different things, not in the same category, 3% for scholarships, fellowships, 1 category, depreciation, and independence, and 2% for others. Now, I don't know if you guys realize how much those cover, because those are just the main categories. But within the categories, there is way more. For example, that means they're paying for class programs, organizational units, which means all the organizations and or groups and or clubs on campus, services activities, which looks great on resumes, and that's all the volunteering services that you do. Radio programs, educational administration, fundraisers, media and student services, grants, which gives you money, scholarships, which also gives you money, of course, towards your tuition, utilities, plant operations, which is the people who make UNCG look so nice and so green, insurances, and more. Now think, if we stop paying for college, how are we going to get that all done? Who will be paying for that? And I know what most of you are thinking. The government can pay for that. Easy. They can pay for that. You're wrong. And I'm going to tell you exactly why you're wrong and why you should never trust the government in paying for our college. First off, the government's already in debt. And I know we always been in debt. The government's debt is $22 trillion. We don't need them to be borrowing any more money because we are so far in debt that is crazy. We are actually the highest country in debt. So that in the first won't work out. Second, according to the datalab.gov, look it up, the government only spends 3.6% of the funds that they already have towards schools. That's not a lot. And if everybody goes free, all colleges go free, they're going to have to put more towards it, and which most likely they will not. So they will have to split 3.6 of their fundings on schools, in which there are 137,151 schools in the United States altogether. And that's including colleges, universities, elementary schools, middle schools, high school. Third, when we want to do the calculations on this and the statistics on this, our school by itself only gets $159 million. I know that seems like a lot to you guys. It's not. If you do the math on it and divide our average pricing before aid, because why would we need aid anymore? If school is free, we don't need the grants, we don't need the scholarships, we need none of that. So before aid, they will only be able to take in 7,458 people out of the average 19,000 to 20,000 kids that goes to UNCG. That's not even half of how many kids go to UNCG. Because that's all they could be. That's all they will be able to afford is 7,458 students with the 159 million they get from the government. And that means a lot of people will be missing out on the college experience all around and will not be able to go to college and or get a degree in college, because this is just our school. Most likely there are a lot of other schools in the States that will be missing, that if we went free, only less than half of their students will be able to get in. So it will be a struggle and a big, huge competition to try to get into schools anymore if the government funds for us and college is free. I'm gonna allow you guys to think about that. And let me repeat the numbers for you just in case you didn't realize it. 159, dividing that by the pricing of aid, which only allows 7,458 people. Like, just settle that in. Out of the 20,000 that already goes to UNCG, just think about that. Once again, also, 3.6% only goes to schools. Still want you to think about that too. Next. So, hopefully you guys took in all of that. But this is exactly why I think college should be more affordable, but not free. A lot of the money goes towards the school for our help. Because I know a lot of people feel as though the schools don't use our money for the right reasons and they're just putting it anywhere. No, they're actually using the money for our help. Maybe they don't need as much money, that's why I said they should lower the prices, but they need more than whatever the government's giving them. And they should lower the cost of school. So, my name is Kiara Harris. Thank you for listening and have a great day.